This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised as some cases contain graphic content. We mean no disrespect to anyone we discuss in this podcast except our exes. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. However, we will be expressing our personal opinions. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Hey guys, it's Cynthia.
And I'm Wes, and this is Love and Luminol, a true crime podcast. We're back after a long break.
Was it long? I think it was like 2 weeks.
I think it was 3.
Was it 3 weeks? Our
Yep.
bad. Well, we had a wrestling thing, then we had vacation.
And then we were coming back from vacation when we normally would record for the third week, so we missed the third week.
It's been a little bit without us.
Yeah.
All right, well, what?
Some things have happened since during that time. But yeah, we had some messages about a previous case.
Oh, yeah.
We had some people message us saying that we were disrespectful and that we didn't get our facts right. And what else?
Basically it. Disrespectful to the victim and didn't get our facts correct. But.
So, and I clarified online to this person, but I don't know if they took it seriously because I think all their friends started messaging us too because it all came around the same time. Yeah. But basically, the facts were correct based on when we recorded that, which was a year ago. That's from the internet. That's what all of the sources online said, along with the police report. So we just followed what it said. As far as being disrespectful, we always joke in our episodes. We never make fun of the victim, though. No. Ever. In fact, in that case, it was a domestic violence issue. Yes. We actually made a point to talk about domestic violence. Cynthia mentioned that she was a domestic violence survivor from in that episode as well. We put up domestic violence hotline. Like, we really went into that aspect of it. We were also accused of only doing this for views or money. If you guys pay attention, our views are not that high, trust me. And we don't make any money from this. So, I mean, we just do this because Cynthia is a huge true crime buff, and I like doing things with my wife, and I do the technical stuff, and we just like doing this. It's not anything to do with money or views or anything like that. No. Otherwise, we wouldn't be gone for 3 weeks.
Right. We'd be like,
we need to be back here because we're going to lose views, we're going to lose money, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't do it for that.
No.
But
and even I think the lady that sent the original message, she didn't even watch the episode. I think she said
she heard it from her cousin.
Yeah. So, and we told her, go back and listen, and you tell us where you think we were disrespectful, but we never got.
And as far as the facts being wrong, I told her if there's updated information or something we missed, let us know what that is, because we'll put an update out. But I never heard anything back, other than other people that look like were her friends or somebody she knew also messaging us from different other avenues.
Accounts,
Like I told her specifically that because evidently she was a friend of the victim, and I said I really am sorry for your loss of your friend, and we were not trying to be disrespectful at all. We never are disrespectful to victims. We make a point not to. Now, there might be things in the episode that catch us funny. For example, in that episode, I think I even joked about because the dad called up the person who committed the act and was like, where is this person? He's like, I don't know. And then later he's like, I dropped her off at a hotel. And he's like, he called him on his bullshit and was like, all right, we're getting in the car and we're going to that hotel. Yeah. And I just thought that was funny because that shows how badass of a dad that was. Yeah. And I just thought he was awesome. And I joked like, yeah, go get him, Dad. Like, that's the kind of vibe I had. And the only other thing I think we even joked about in that episode was a book you were reading. And I forget, there was something else. I went back and watched the episode to make sure, but I could not find anything where we were disrespectful. If you think we're disrespectful, I'm very sorry. That's not our intention, but I could not find anything that could be deemed as disrespectful toward the victim.
No, and I was thinking maybe because I'll say the name, but I don't tell you if that's the perpetrator or the victim.
Right.
And I just go right in the story. So I was thinking, well, maybe if I started off with her name and you thought she did something,
but
no.
I checked back. It wasn't even that, because that's happened before where she said somebody's name and I was like, oh, they probably did it. But no, that was not even the case.
No.
We literally joked about all kinds of other things, but never about the victim. So he was a MMA fighter too. And we made a little joke about MMA, or, just kind of goofing off about MMA, not about the victim.
No.
Never about the victim, never about domestic violence. Sorry. We would never do that. But I just wanted to clear that up. I cleared it up online, but I figured I'd clear it up here as well. Yeah. But that's all I got on that. We are behind on book talks.
Yeah.
By like 3 books, I think.
Yeah, 3. We read through 3.
We've read 3 of them. So we're going to probably knock out some book talks here soon.
Yes,
let you know what we've read, what we thought, and where we're at now.
Probably tomorrow we'll knock them out.
Tomorrow or the next day, because I'm almost done with that 3rd book. So.
It's very close.
She's done with it. I'm almost done with it. But with that said, what are we doing today?
We are going over Valerie Tindall.
Valerie Tindall. All right. It's not one I've heard of, as usual. She tends to pick ones I never heard of.
Yeah, but she
See? Joke, but not about the victim, just the fact that I never heard of this case.
And that is the victim, so.
Okay. Well,
there you go. Maybe that helps if I clarify.
I didn't joke about the victim, just that I hadn't heard of this case.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. So, let's get to it.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Valerie Tindall. But before we get into this, we did have an update on a case we did. Was it
another
Allison
update? Yeah.
Botha? Is that her last name? I think so.
I think so.
Allison Botha. I apologize if that's not her name, but it's the case where she was brutally attacked, raped, disemboweled, because I remember she had to get up and she had her jacket or something to hold her intestines in.
Is this the one where the head came back too?
Yeah, the neck was cut.
Because we brought that one up recently, actually, because there was another case and I was like, hey, that reminds me of that.
Yeah, and she survived all of that.
It's crazy.
But I guess there was a new law passed where if someone served 25 years in prison, that they would automatically be up for parole. So
and this person was originally no parole ever, right?
No, life without parole back in the 90s. But they reached their 25 years and they got out on parole. And this poor lady that had to go through all of that, one of her family members, I think, because she had a couple boys, I think she had a couple sons, and they didn't think she'd have children. But I think a family member posted she had a heart attack, stroke, something. She suffered some medical thing, and she ain't doing too well. She's in the hospital on vents and stuff. Yeah, but I guess she got a phone call saying, "Hey, they're out." The day they were got out. Yeah, and then she's like stressing over it. Caused her so much anxiety that she had an attack. So thoughts out to her.
Yes, definitely.
That's horrible. I couldn't imagine after what she went through to just get a call, be like, "Oh, by the way, they're out." They're not supposed to be.
No, never.
Yeah, so
and that's a shitty law to randomly come up with.
That is, and I don't.
It was in another country though, wasn't it? I believe it was.
I think of Africa.
I think it was in Africa. But that's
I don't know
horrible.
if it's an overcrowding issue why they did that. I don't know, but that's just very.
That's horrible because you're going to let out some dangerous people like that.
And there are 2 people that shouldn't have been out. I think there's 2 of them.
Wow.
But they should.
Yeah, because that was 2 people. Yeah. That was 2 people who attacked her, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's 2 guys.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so thoughts to her. Hopefully she comes out of this and everything's fine, but they should have never got out.
No, definitely not.
But that's the update from that case.
Yeah, if you guys have updates, please let us know, like I said, or if we've missed something or you feel like we got something wrong, please, I mean, it's cool to tell us we got something wrong, but let us know what was wrong so we can correct it. Yeah, because I go to different news sites and I'll even say like one place said she's born in 76, the other said 78, I don't know. And sometimes names are different. Yeah. Of spelling. So if you notice something was wrong or whatever, you got to update, let us know and we can fix it. Yeah. We try to get it as close to facts as we can, because we're going based on online sources. It's not like we're involved in the case directly. So
True.
yeah. All right.
But Valerie Tindall, I think that's how you say the last name, Tindall, is in Arlington, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
You know that place?
I don't, but it's
I didn't know.
semi-local, I would assume.
It's 47 miles southeast of Indianapolis.
Oh, that is pretty local then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's down. But the population in Arlington fell below 300 in 2020.
Oh, that's a small
So
town.
small town. Like everybody knows everybody and their mom.
Yeah.
Like it's small. But Valerie is 17 years old. And that's, I'm sniffling. That's a picture of her, like a collage, photos of her.
Okay.
Does she look familiar?
Yeah, kind of. I don't
She
know
did
why.
me too. Yeah. That's what I was like, oh, looks familiar.
Especially when I put the name that you said with the face. It's like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar.
so you
So
might know
maybe I
this.
have heard this. Maybe the name just didn't
Possible.
catch me until I saw the face.
I mean, when I was glancing through it, I glanced at her, and she looked like one of the Delphi girls, kind of, too.
Kind of, but that's not what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I, glancing at her real fast, I was like, but then no, that's someone different.
I feel like the reason I know this person is because they probably look like someone's kid that's friends with me on Facebook.
Oh,
Like when they post family pictures.
yeah.
I think that's where I'm getting it.
possible.
Because I think that's where she looks familiar.
There's another picture of her, the bunny, her pet bunny.
Aw. Our
Nice.
kids do bunnies too.
Yeah, it's a cute. It looks like a wild rabbit almost, but, and I don't know if that's her. It's hard to tell.
Brother.
I don't know. It kind of looks like he's kissing the top of her head, though.
I don't know.
Boyfriend?
Maybe.
Brother?
Brother, boyfriend, somebody.
I don't know. I didn't get any sibling information, so I don't know who he is.
Okay.
But that's her with her bunny. She lived on North Oak Street. Her mom was Shayna Sandifer and dad Jack Sandifer.
Okay.
And that's her parents. And there you can see that. Or it's Jack Tindall, sorry. Shayna Sandifer and Jack Tindall.
Okay.
Well, that's her parents.
All right.
And Valerie's neighbor.
Oh, they're juggalos. He's wearing an ICP shirt.
Oh, I was like, why did you get that?
I just caught that.
Oh.
That's a Wraith ICP shirt. I can tell by the hand. The hand extending out like that, and then it says ICP over it. The words at the bottom kind of cover it up, but that's definitely an ICP shirt. I've seen that shirt.
That's impressive. I didn't know what that was. Hers
Yeah.
looks like she's got a chicken, and it says, is this something?
The weekend yet? Is it the weekend yet?
Oh,
I don't know what the chicken has to do with that, but
is that a chicken? I don't know. I thought maybe it was one of those farming pun shirts.
yeah.
But I don't
I
know.
don't know. That's definitely an ICP shirt, though.
He's like, I know that shirt.
Yeah.
But Valerie's neighbor, Patrick Scott, he's 59. He employed her to do his lawn care
Okay.
because he had a lawn care business. So he added her, like she worked for him.
Okay.
Shayna was getting disturbed by how much attention Patrick was giving Valerie.
Oh.
Like she noticed this older man, he's 59, spent extra attention on her daughter.
Gotcha.
Valerie would hang out with her neighbor outside of work and do extra things like he'd take her shopping, take her out to eat.
Yeah, that sounds.
And so her mom was like, I don't like that.
I wouldn't either.
But that's her and
Oh.
the neighbor at aquarium. He took her
Okay.
to aquarium, yeah. So there's these extra there. They are. They look like photo booth photos or Newport Aquarium.
Newport. Okay. Wait, Newport. Okay.
You know
I
that?
kind of know the area then. I'm not familiar with this specific town, but
Arlington?
Newport sounds familiar.
It does. But they were always doing extra things together, and so her mom got kind of creeped out.
Yeah, I would too. That's
Yeah.
weird.
And Patrick even tracked Valerie's phone.
What?
But Valerie didn't think much of it since he was her boss. So he's like,
Yeah,
tracked
because
where
my
she
boss
was.
tracks my phone.
Right.
Is it a company phone? See, that's a little different.
I don't know. That I don't know. I would assume it's her own. She's 17.
If my boss was like, I'm going to need to track your personal phone, No.
Like, no.
No. If they provide the phone, I can kind of get that. Just like if they provide a vehicle, sometimes they put a GPS in the vehicle.
Well, that would, yeah. I don't know. I assume he'd have to pay for it to be able to put something on it to track it, right?
Unless she was
Unless
willingly...
he's tracking her through like Snapchat or something. Or she shares her location.
She shares her location with him, which is...
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he bought her phone. She was 17. This wasn't too long ago, so I don't know if she's, teenager with her own phone, and she just let him share her location or what. But
that's just strange.
Yeah, he could track her. And it's June 7th, 2023. So see?
Okay, this is recent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She might have her own phone. But she told her parents that she was going to work. When she still wasn't home the following day on June 8th, her parents reported her missing.
Okay.
Because she went to work and then they didn't see her since. Since she said she was working, Patrick was the last person to see her before she went missing.
Right.
It's her boss.
Yeah.
Her last phone activity was reported before 1 p.m. on the 7th, not far from her house. And he said she was last seen the 7th at noon. So he said, yeah, I seen her up until noon. And that's her parents doing an interview. But, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, Rush County Sheriff. Do you know Rush County? Sound familiar?
No.
Rush County Sheriff Alan Rice decided to pick up this case and look for her. The police put out a silver alert for Valerie. That stated, so not an amber alert, but a silver. That stated teenager as being a white female, 17 years of age, who has brown hair, hazel eyes, and stands 5'6" and weighs 162 pounds. She was last seen driving a green 2000 Honda Accord with license plate number, and then it said ZYK833. So that was all put out as a silver alert. What is a silver alert?
That's what I was looking
at.
up.
Amber alert. That's what.
Because I thought a silver alert was old people.
Oh, but that's what I thought.
It is. Hold on. Public notification, especially those with Alzheimer's, dementia, or mental disabilities.
So was
Did she have a mental disability that we're not aware of?
I don't know. It didn't say anything.
Because I've always assumed all silver alerts are for all elderly people. That's strange.
That is. Maybe because they didn't know if she was abducted, they couldn't put Amber. Because here,
I mean, you can do a normal. Well,
because I looked down here in my notes and I said a silver alert is a public notification system to broadcast information about missing persons, especially senior citizens with Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Maybe it covers all missing people, but especially those with Alzheimer's, dementia. Because it does say that, but like that just seems like a weird.
It is. I said basically Amber Alert is for abducted children or children in danger of serious harm. A silver alert is for missing adults, not abducted.
Oh.
So maybe because no one saw her physically like pushed into a car or anything.
Is 17 an adult in Indiana?
I don't know.
Maybe that's the key there. Let's see.
Possible.
Adult.
Because it wasn't Amber
age.
Alert.
No, it's 18.
Huh. I don't know. Maybe it is based on if she was abducted or in danger, or if they thought she ran away, maybe.
Yeah. Somebody's going to look up my search history. I'm looking up the legal consent age for Indiana.
I'll be
That's
filming
gonna
by
look bad.
myself in a month. Yeah.
Anyway.
So who knows? But there's the silver alert they put out.
Okay.
Who is believed to be in extreme danger. Well, there they put in extreme danger.
But not abducted, right?
Yeah, but they didn't put
They weren't 100% sure that she was abducted, just that she's missing.
Yeah. Last seen wearing a light blue shirt, jeans, shorts, sandals. So maybe because she could have ran off on her own, they didn't do an Amber Alert. I don't know. I don't know how all that works.
That's just weird. Anyway.
It is. If anyone knows, let us know, because I'm confused as why it wasn't an Amber Alert. But that's a car she was driving. But it was a green Honda Accord like that. And people were starting to assume she ran away and had someone helping her stay hidden. Rush County Sheriff's Department said, quote, "We believe it is possible that Valerie has been receiving aid from individuals whose goal is to keep her hidden." So for some reason, they thought she took off.
Was she abused or something at home?
Not that I can see, but, I mean, I don't know.
Interesting.
At that age, it could be, I don't know. It's hard. Teenage girls, it could be she wasn't allowed to talk to a certain boy or something.
Yeah.
Grounded,
I mean,
it's hard
give it
to
a few
tell.
more months, she'll be 18.
Yeah.
Do whatever she wants. I don't understand.
I know. That's why they're like,
Hang tight for a few more months. You'll
but
be
they
all
thought
right.
someone was helping her stay hidden.
Okay.
But the Patrick ended up being charged in late June with false informing after police said he lied to officers and couldn't keep his story straight about the last time he saw her.
Uh-oh.
So they picked him up for lying to them. And that's his mugshot.
Wow. He looks surprised to be there.
He does. He just looks like, oh shit, is what he looks like. He's like, so it begins. Like, they're after me.
I just want to voice over at this spot like, this was the moment I realized I fucked up.
It is. Who does? He's like, oh shit. He eventually claimed he dropped her off in the town of Homer.
I know where that is.
Which is 5 miles south of Arlington. So Arlington's 5 miles north.
Well, I know where Homer is.
There you go. And said she got into the car with another unknown male.
Oh.
So they say he dropped her off at that town. She hopped in the car with somebody else.
Why do I not believe him?
I know, right? Why? Because he's tracking her phone? According to Shayna, another individual heard Patrick telling Valerie that he was planning to take her to Indianapolis for lunch on the 7th and that he planned to take her, quote, someplace special.
How far did you say that was from Indy?
47 miles.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
My
not
question
too
is
far.
why she's 17. Why would she want to do any of that with that?
I don't know.
That's why I was like, why?
People ask the same thing. Why you're interested in me? But it is what it is.
I mean, if I was, it's been a while since I was 17. But I'm thinking when I was 17, if he came up to me and be like, oh, I'll take you somewhere, something
like,
special, I'd be like, okay, creep.
Nasty.
Yeah, I'd be like, you're not creepy at all.
Yeah. I
don't know. No, maybe.
Everybody's got what they like. I don't know.
Since they've been hanging out a while, she's comfortable enough for, yeah, sure. Extend the trips a little farther out.
Yeah.
But her car was found parked in an apartment complex in Shelbyville.
Oh, I definitely know where that is. Okay.
Indiana?
Yeah, Shelbyville, Indiana.
All I think of is Shelbyville, Kentucky.
No, Indiana.
Was it close to Arlington and
It's
Homer?
closer around Indy. Yeah, but it's pretty close to Indy. It's not that far.
Well, Patrick was spotted driving her car.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but he claimed Valerie told him to park it for her.
Alrighty.
Hint the look on his face.
Again, this was the moment I realized I fucked
Yeah.
up.
They're like, well, we got people seeing you in her car. Oh. Oh. I was parking it for her
Oh, shit.
at the Shelbyville apartments. Like, why? I don't know.
Oh. She told me park it there.
But Patrick was seen exhibiting strange behavior. Well, yeah. He was seen around 2 a.m. tearing down and burning his garage not long
What?
after Valerie vanished.
That
Yeah.
seems a bit odd.
That is. He just tore his whole garage down. He's like, I decided I don't need this anymore. Yeah, that's a
I
little
really
strange.
didn't like the look of that one. We're just going to tear it down, burn it, and build a new one later.
I don't want to seem suspicious at all, but I'm going to tear this garage down.
Yeah. That's not suspicious.
After my neighbor went missing, I was hanging out with.
Underage girl neighbor.
I'm going to tear this garage down.
Yeah.
So that led police deciding to maybe they need to search his property.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe we check this out.
So there's his house, the front of his house.
Uh-huh.
I guess there in the back is the garage he was tearing down.
Yeah.
But October 11th, so from June, she went missing. This is October 11th. Cadaver dogs were brought to his property, and they hit on the pond on his property. He has a pond back there. So police had some divers. They searched the pond for her body, and they couldn't find anything.
Okay.
I don't know. Dog handlers said that the water holds scent, and the wind could have carried the scent toward the pond, and it got stuck in the water.
Okay. So it could have been a body elsewhere somewhere?
Yeah, somewhere. Or something dead somewhere. Police reportedly ordered a
Topography?
Thank you. Topography study to also search for possible water runoff that drained into his pond, along as ordering a flyover of the property.
Okay.
See if maybe there's a creek or something that's draining in there. It might have been, she might have been in the creek, but...
You're like study of the land.
Top off. It's like pornography with the top off.
Study of the land. We'll just say that.
Study of the land. During the flyover on October 12th, police noted, quote, multiple areas of obvious ground disturbance.
Multiple?
Yeah.
Oh.
New tips emerged leading to another search of his house. 40 federal agents and local law enforcement officers descended on his property for the second time.
Damn.
So these few came and searched around. Now they brought 40 agents in to search this guy's house. There's some remnants of what he was tearing down through there.
It looks like a shed, not a garage, though. It's short.
Yeah, it is.
That almost looks like a crawl space they're trying to check out.
True. Some kind of little
There's some
shed
police
in the
tape,
back.
though.
Yeah.
So.
You're like, so. Using shovels, they dug up a homemade box wrapped in tarp.
Yep.
The box contained her body. Yep. And it was hidden underneath the rubble of the burned down garage.
Of course it was.
So he burnt the garage down and tore it down on top of where he buried her.
Wow. Why didn't they check there first?
I don't know.
Like, that was the whole reason they came the first time.
I think they kind of dug around there with dogs and stuff, but they didn't, like, dig. They kind of looked around, lifted stuff
I just
up.
think,
I don't know.
that's the whole reason. That's what you thought was suspicious, that he was tearing down this garage and burning it. Maybe we should check there.
Yeah, I would have been like,
let's go look over this pond.
Do a topography of this garage area and see if there's anything under it.
I would have just like a sonar scan or something and see if there's anything underneath the garage.
That's what I thought.
But whatever.
But inside the box was human remains, and it had orange painted fingernails.
Ah.
And Valerie posted a photo on social media on June 7th of her, and she had orange nails.
Orange nails.
Yep. So they, before actually confirming it with DNA and stuff, they had a strong suspicion who it was. Patrick built the box the day after he murdered her. So it's the box he made.
Wow.
Yeah, before then her body was kept in his office.
My God.
In his house. He placed her body inside after wrapping it with black plastic and taping it. So he wrapped her up in plastic and tape, stuck her in that box. He screwed the box shut and then wrapped it again, taped it, and baked it. Yeah.
That's probably why the cadaver dogs didn't catch nothing. Multiple layers of plastic.
Plastic and tape, and
so
her parents doing the interview after they got the news. Yeah. He made 2 boxes out of 2x4s and oriented strand board he purchased from Home Depot in Greenfield the day after she went missing.
How did that not get caught?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if he's the last to see her alive, if they were keeping eyes on him, if he would have popped up, at Home Depot buying wood and stuff, I'd been like, what's he doing?
She's crying, and which is, enough to see how horrid this is. But, like, the look on his face. Yeah, it's getting me.
It is. He
looks like he's just like, I can't explain it. It's like
the life left his eyes.
Yeah, like all hope is lost, and he does not know what to do. It's just he's.
Well, as a parent, I'm sure it's hitting him like I let her go over there and work for him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, I let her go over there.
She's obviously crying hysterically and upset,
yeah.
but the look on his...
He creeped me out, and I still let him go work. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's bothering him. Like, I couldn't imagine. But in the second homemade box were a bunch of VHS tapes and random paperwork. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. But the box and her body was discovered 100 yards from her house.
That's
How close
wild.
she was. Yeah, that was a neighbor. Like, that's his house right here, and that's where she lived.
Wow.
So just a walk right down the street.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a dead-end street. Doesn't it look like there's nothing past him?
I think it is, because it
that's
looks
all
like it
his
stops and then
junk.
there's grass.
Yeah, it looks like it's a dead-end street, and he's the end of the street. Oh, man. But it was originally said that her body was found in a barrel. So there's some news articles that said she was in the burn barrels or whatever.
Okay.
And then other ones said no, it was a box, 2 boxes he built. So some articles
Did we
may
ever find
say.
out what was in these videotapes?
I'm looking. I always look and I'm like, I don't know. And then I read 3 or 4 lines down. I'm like,
There it is.
so wait and see.
All right.
However, court documents later said that her body was found in one of his homemade boxes. So the court documents say boxes, but some news sites say barrel. The sheriff's department stated that more than 50 search warrants were executed over the last 6 months looking for her. Public defender was Brian Barrett, and he was appointed to represent Patrick there. Patrick claimed to have strangled Valerie with his belt in the bedroom of his home when she tried to blackmail and seduce him. That was his defense.
Doubt it.
That's what I said. I doubt it very much. And he even continued to wear the belt he strangled her with after he killed her.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, like that was his belt. He still wore it around. Ugh. Patrick said he hadn't planned on killing Valerie. It, quote, just kind of happened. Sure.
As things like this do. They just happen.
He also
It's
made...
ridiculous.
I know, it is. It's a horrible excuse. He also made claims that he thought she was going to seduce him or try and blackmail him into buying her a new car.
Okay.
Yeah, like what?
Wow.
He thought she was going to... I thought that's what she was going to do. I'm like, oh my God.
I thought the guy down the street was going to rob me, but he didn't. It's a good thing I shot him.
Right. Makes no freaking sense. But January 25th of this year, a plea agreement stating Patrick was to plead guilty to 1 count of murder and serve 57 years in prison.
Ugh.
That ain't long enough.
No.
He was also required to pay $10,000 restitution to Valerie's family. Not enough. Yeah, it's like still not close.
That's luckily that's like almost enough for the funeral. Maybe that's nothing.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
thanks thanks for helping us bury our daughter.
Yeah, that's not
after
even
what you did to her.
Yeah,
that's
no,
fucked up.
It is. And 57 years in prison. I mean, he's 59, but
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to get parole.
yeah,
like in
no,
10 years.
he needs to have life without parole. Cleaning the bathrooms in the jail. But her dad, Jack, said, quote, he's talking about Patrick, he had no remorse. She worked for him for more than 2 years, and there's no remorse at all. So, it's awful. And her mom, Shayna, said, quote, we moved away from Indianapolis to get away from violence, and we moved across the street from her predator.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all I got
You
for
never know.
You never know
who you're living next to. Yeah, and that's the one that bothers me is that's the one that bothers me is people say that all the time, like, I'm moving away from this big city to get away from violence. You don't know who you move next
you don't.
to. There are horrible people everywhere. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you live. Small town, big city. there are people.
And it's even creepier because that town's so freaking small. I'm sure he was out in the yard and they had friendly waving. Hi, how are you? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to work for me? Yeah, and they became kind of like, oh, I know him, old Patrick down the end of the road.
Yeah.
And then it turns into this. And they're like, oh,
Yeah. You never know who you're living next to.
So I didn't find what was in that second box, but VHS tapes make me think it's
Yeah.
buried with her is probably either
Evidence.
something he was, hope not, either putting her through or he's got some child porn in there somewhere.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
The fact that she was 17 makes me think that that's probably what those videos were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he thought they're coming for me, so I'm going to bury all my shit in the garage I burned down on top of it. Why don't you just put spotlight down over there? Like,
Come look at me.
look at me. Don't look under that building I just turned and burned down.
Yeah, that's nothing over there.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't look too smart from that
He
picture
don't.
anyway.
Thankfully, because he's not that smart, we found her. They found her
Yeah,
over
but
there and they got him.
Not how they wanted to find her.
No, definitely not. But I think that's all my picture. Yep, that's it for Valerie Tindall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible.
So, yeah. So if
Pay
someone,
attention to your neighbors,
yeah.
people.
if someone's getting close to your kids, you're like, that's kind of bothering me. Then
Yeah.
listen to your gut and check it out.
Yeah. Well, we were on vacation and we were on a cruise.
Oh yeah.
And we're in a show on the cruise ship, and this old man sits down, like, I don't know, but maybe like a foot or two down the bench.
Yeah.
And you were with the kids.
Yeah.
And it was just me and one of the boys, I think, with me.
Tyler was with.
Yeah. And we're waiting for them. And there was space on the other side of Tyler, too. So we didn't think anything of it. Well, a bunch of people came and sat there. So that only leaves this little gap between us and this old man. And then she comes with the rest of the boys, and they're all like, and like, they all squeeze in there.
Because he wasn't moving.
No, Tyler was on that side, actually, because
Yeah.
Tyler ended up sitting right next to the dude, and he didn't scoot down or any way away from him. Like,
He just
his
let Tyler
leg was
scoot
right
up.
next to his.
Yeah, he just
And
stayed
I
right
kept
with him.
watching him the whole show because that felt so weird
It did.
that he would not scoot down to get away from someone's
Put-
child. Like, if that was me, I would be like, I don't want to be right up against
Yeah,
this
I'm not
kid
with
when
you guys.
there was like 3 feet
The whole bench was
a
empty
bench
past him.
He
Yeah.
could have scooted down maybe a few butts over
And would have been fine.
and been fine, but his legs were like put your arm out, like his leg was like this close to my son's leg
And
when he
just
had
sat
3
there.
feet that way that he could have gave room. Like, it was just, I watched him the whole show. I was watching the show and then I'd be like, look over, watch the show,
And he
then
even
look
had
over.
some. He
And
even
Tyler
did
wasn't
small talk too.
Yeah. Tyler wasn't feeling good either. So he was like, kind of like, because the ship was rocking a little bit. So he was like, oh. So I just kept watching. Like, I'm like, you better not try nothing.
And we saw that same guy later at a different show. Same spot.
He sat in the exact same spot. So I'm thinking that's just his like magic spot. And he didn't want to move from that spot. I think that's what it was.
But still.
But before we knew that from seeing him in the exact same spot later in a
Gives
different
you
show,
vibes.
it just gave me that vibe like, ugh, this guy might look little boys or something. I'm gonna watch him. It bothered me. But yeah, you never know who's around you. You never know.
So keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Trust your instincts.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's all I got.
That's it.
Yeah. Besides
I got
our
nothing else.
lack of book talks.
All right. I got two books done. She's got 3 done. I'm pretty sure that's the order we're in.
Intercept. Yep, 3.
Yeah, there's 3 books total. I'm 2 down and 3/4 of the way done with the 3rd one, I think, about. Mm-hmm. So, we'll at least knock out the 2, and then maybe in a few days we'll do a 3rd one.
Yeah.
But we're going to have about 3 book talks to knock out pretty soon here.
And we've been in the horror thing. I try as soon as we finish a book, I'm like, maybe I can switch to my smut or fantasy or something. But then you're like, oh, Felix Blackwell let this book out that goes with this one. I gotta read that. And I'm like, oh.
I don't know why, but
And you're like, oh, that book sounds like it'd be creepy. Let's read that
horror.
one.
Well, not just horror, but I like mystery too. Anything
Yeah.
mystery. Like that makes me kind of wonder what's going to happen next. Like I got to figure it out kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. I'm all for that. We did the smut ones too, and I liked a lot of those too.
Yeah.
It just depends on the storyline and if the writer's not an idiot, you know.
But that lady that wrote You're Hooked, she's coming out with the Little Mermaid one next month.
We'll have to read that.
And Fourth Wing comes out in January.
We'll have to read Fourth Wing,
Onyx
the new
Storm.
Fourth Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I can ever get what is it, Steve Kavanaugh? Is it
Yeah,
Steve
get that
if I ever can
audiobook.
get his in audio, because we got so
It
far,
stopped.
and then none of the other remaining ones were in audio. I'd like to go through those again. Those aren't smut at all. Those are more like detective novels, but he's a
Lawyer
lawyer.
Crime. Yeah, those are good.
Those are really good. Any of those Steve Kavanaugh books. What's the lawyer's name? I can't think of it right now. Anyway, he has a whole series of books where it's based on this one lawyer. Mm-hmm. They're really good. But I'd like to get the rest of those in the series in audio form.
And here I'm like, I just went and got some books. Phantasma was one I bought, and I was peeking through it, and you're like, wait for me. I'm like,
Well, yeah, because we're on other
like,
books and we got other ones that we're doing. So
see, I have like
you're going to read ahead
book
on something else.
ADHD. I could read 2 at one time, so I'm really
I can't
holding
because then I
back.
can't keep up with the story because then I'm going to get confused and think John is fucking Jill.
They're 2 different books.
In this horror book I'm reading. When nope, that was the smut book that I'm reading too. So
See, I used to read 2 at once, and now since I finished that book, I'm just kind of waiting, and I'm just like,
okay, go ahead and read while you're waiting. God.
so I keep peeking like 1 or 2 pages, and then I read 10 pages of one book. So I can't read that one. Then I'm like, oh, that one, I might read that one next, and I'll read like 10 pages. And oh, maybe not. You know, we're just waiting for you to catch up and finish.
Mm-hmm.
I started that one you wanted to read already.
Which one?
Something under the church.
Oh, The Church Under the...
Yeah.
Wasn't it a sequel of
Yeah, Stolen Tongues.
Stolen Tongues? You already started that?
Yeah, I read the prologue.
I hate you. Is Stolen Tongues one of the book talks we got to get done?
No, we did
No,
that
we
one.
did that one, didn't we? That was really good, by the
Yes.
way. If you guys ever want to read a really good horror book, that's good.
Flipping through Kindle, we found another one that was a prequel.
Prequel of Stolen Tongues.
And he's like,
I'm
"That's
excited. I really want to read it. I liked that book a lot.
It was
It was
good
really
book.
good.
So that one's on our list next.
Yep. That's next?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I better get through this one.
He's like sleeping with my headbuds in.
All right. Well, that's it for now. If you like what you heard, feel free to like and subscribe. No, I'm just joking.
More messages coming.
We have social media accounts everywhere except for X. It's at Love and Luminol. You can Google us. We're the first one that pops up when you choose Love and Luminol. And our website is loveandluminol.com. There you can find a list of all of the links for our audio and video versions of the podcast. But although video is pretty much just YouTube. I think Spotify does video too.
Do they now?
I think so. I think it depends on how you go through it. I've never found it, but when I load it, it says it goes to video for Spotify too.
Oh.
But who knows?
We can't confirm.
I can't confirm. On that website is also all the links to the social media accounts as well as a contact form. So feel free to message us there if you want to let us know anything, or you can message us through those social media accounts as people have figured out.
as you can see.
But that's all I got. Join us on our TikTok page for our book talks here shortly. They're probably already up by the time this video loads anyway.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know why we put next day or two. They're like, I've seen that.
I've seen that one already. Yeah.
Sorry.
Because we're recording it after this.
It's Sunday night.
This is getting uploaded after we did that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit of a shuffle, but
Like, she don't know
you'll
what
figure
day
out
it
what we're
is.
talking about. It's okay. So join us on TikTok for book talks and other randomness. I think the boys are going to be doing a video of the cruise.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of footage, and they've got a bunch of footage, and you've got a bunch of footage, and I put it all in a Google Drive, and everybody has access to it. So
they'll be doing their
they'll
stuff.
be editing that.
Try to get you to do Dancing with the Stars move with me.
We tried that. Have you guys seen that one on? It's on TikTok,
Yeah,
right?
it
It's
is.
going viral where the girl is laying on the floor and he grabs her leg and the other one's like butted up against his foot and she lifts him up. I'm like, yeah, right. We tried it with the kids and we couldn't get it.
We did.
And you think we're going to do it with you or me?
We're
No.
going to try.
Anyway,
He's like, no.
look out on TikTok for
Injuries.
her to talk about her injuries. And we'll see you next time.
All right. See ya.
Bye. Excellent.